Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and yes, I have a mess. I just wanted you to see that I am using scraps. It has to be done. This is like not even an eighth of one bag that I have. So I am going to use some scraps. I know I probably won't even put a dent in it, but we're also going to use the Tim Holtz paper dolls, the minis. Mini. And you can see over here probably that we're going to make these little funky little houses. I made one just to make sure that, you know, I'm trying to get the size right, obviously not to scale, but it doesn't matter, you know, they're just fun to stick in a pocket, and then you can write, you know, like a tag on the back. I do need to ink the back of this one. So yeah, that's what I thought we would do today. I just felt like making more of these little houses. I made them last summer. I did some scrap paper ones, and then I also did the ones for my Down by the Sea digital download. So I just had a hankering to make some little houses, so I figured get out all the random junk you've got and start making some. So basically what you need to do is, you know, like maybe pick out a paper doll would be the easiest way, because that way you can sort of, you know, you want the door a little bit taller than the doll, probably, that type of thing, just so that it's not completely weird looking. I mean, not that it matters. It could be as goofy as you want it to be. So, you know, no biggie. I have some that their heads are all cut weird, and I don't like that. I don't know that I want sitting ones, because I'm not sure where they would sit. Oh my gosh, is she the cutest thing you have ever seen in your life? Look at her. She's so cute. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. I love these mini ones because the groups are actually usable to me. They didn't feel usable when they were like, you know, that wide. I just felt like, what in the world am I going to do with that? I do have ink on my hands, I'm sorry, because I made that one. So, but yeah, so choose a doll. I don't know which one we're going to use, because that one popped out first, and that's just what I went with last time, and I didn't really look through all of them. Like I said, I don't know that I want the sitting ones. So just because I don't have anywhere for them to sit. I guess you could make it look like there was a little bench out front or something like that would also work. Ah, the doggy. Like these little girls will work. Oh, those boys. One's sitting. I like these though, because some of them are pictures he's used before, but there's somebody else with them, like the original one got cut around or whatever, just to be one person. So I'm kind of liking that he has them with multiple people, you know, with all the people that are in the photo or whatever originally. Oh my gosh, those boys are so cute. All with their shirts all freshly tucked in and standing up looking sharp. I don't know if I can get 3 on one. It's really kind of a one thing. Maybe 2 small kids or something. She's pretty. Your man. Okay, so I'm just gonna, because we'll be here all day. She's so adorable. Like, I want to use her, but I don't. I want to keep her. I'm gonna hoard that little girl. I know it. Okay, so then what you need to do is kind of figure out just a piece of paper. I think maybe I'll use a little bit bigger piece this time, and maybe we'll use like 2 people or something like that. Maybe these 2 little kiddos. This one might be big enough. You could actually have them sit. Like you could do a little porch thing. Okay, Amy, just focus. We'll just use those. Okay, so you're going to choose your piece of paper like that, and then I'm going to cut it down just a tiny bit. I don't think it needs to be quite that tall. So you're going to need to kind of think of them as tags, is sort of the way I'm thinking of them. So maybe we'll do like 5.5. That seems tall enough, because it's going to be even taller with the roof. So there's that. And don't throw these away, because these can become like windows or something, you know, on a different one, which I know, wouldn't you rather just throw it away? But yeah, don't do that. Okay, what do we want to use for a roof? And the thing is, if you use like a thin paper for the house, you might want to use a thin paper for the roof. But if you use a thicker paper, use a thicker paper, just because because it kind of glues on top, the roof does. So if you use a thick piece for the house and a thin piece for the roof, you're going to have this weird line right here. So, I mean, that's just a personal preference kind of thing. I need a piece big enough that I can cut a square. Maybe we'll do this one since these little kiddos, or one's a boy too. Or is it a girl? I can't tell. Oh, I think there's a bow. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter, but we'll make it a little shabby chic-ish. So then you get your cutter out again, and you can just choose to like cut a section of the roof off if that's what you want to do. Let me grab this. Or you can measure this and say, okay, I want it, you know, about like that kind of thing. But I just want it to hang over a little, not a ton. And I don't want to cut this. So I think about there is good. And you can use the lines on your board if that helps you, or you can just kind of wing it. It's not like a big deal, because that's fine. You just want a triangle, and they don't have to be perfect, so don't get yourself all wound up in the perfection thing, which I often do, so I understand. Okay. That looks like a giant house, huh? Maybe we'll shorten it just a little bit more, because that roof looks really big. You just gotta play with it, because like I don't have any specific measurements or anything, because it's just gonna depend on your scraps and the size of your little paper dolls and that kind of stuff. It's not, and like I said, doesn't have to be to scale or something. So then I have this piece I'm just gonna cut with scissors for a door. Oh, I'm like almost off screen, sorry. So I'm just gonna follow, this is a piece of Tim Holtz paper. Some of these I have no clue what they are, because they've been in my scraps for literally years. So, sorry, a lot of them you probably cannot get anymore. I wish Tim Holtz was still doing the big paper pads. I mean, you can still find them like on Amazon. Okay, so this is where I'm talking about like the height of the door. You want it to be a little bit taller than your people. Trying to cut straight, which, as you all know, is almost impossible for me to do for some reason. Okay, just a rectangle. Of course, you can get as elaborate as you want. Like if you're really good at, you know, figuring those kind of things out, then go for it. But yeah, I'm not the greatest with all that. So I just wing it like most things I do. And then I think I will antique this just a little bit by spritzing it with a little bit of coffee, not a ton, just a little for fun. So yeah, I got the portrait paper dolls, and I got these little itty bitty ones, so I just wanted to play with them. And I'm kind of in between projects and just wanted to make some ephemera and play around a bit. So that's what I'm doing. All right, I need a piece of this for spritzing. Sorry, I know it's very crinkly and noisy and obnoxious. Move our kiddos. I'm just gonna spritz this stuff a bit. I don't have my windows yet, but okay, we'll get there. I have to keep pulling that because it doesn't always pop up, because it's just a reused little spray bottle. Okay, and we will do our windows now. Figure out what windows we're going to use. And so I'll probably just take whatever scrap. This one's kind of good because it's light colored, so you'll be able to see it well. And I'm just going to eyeball it, I think. I don't want them to be squares, so I'm going to come over a little bit. And then I'll try to cut the other one the same size-ish, just so that they don't look totally weird. But you could do circular windows, you could do all kinds of things. I mean, you don't have to limit it to just the generic house thing like I'm doing. Get that out of the way for a minute and ink these. Probably have to spritz these a little too. I don't want that. Yeah, I'm not sure what scraps those are. So how y'all doing? Are you making fun things, or what you been up to? Traveling at all? Are you going to travel this summer? What kind of stuff you got going on? I don't think we're gonna go on a cruise in August, but we're gonna be around pretty much the rest of the time. Spent our wad on the cruise, so, and it's a bummer because kids don't get to go with us, but I guess, you know, that's a good thing for us to do some things without the kids. So I'm just going to glue it onto this paper because I want it to all have the same back. You don't have to do that. You could just glue them together however you want. I just like it to have the same backing all the way. But, you know, do it the way you like it. This is some really thick craft cardstock that I kind of want to use up, so it'll make nice tags. Nice thick tags for writing on. I mean, they're not so thick that it's going to take up a lot of room, but because this particular cardstock isn't very thick. No problem. Wait till yours is dry is my best advice, because that's not 100% dry, but due to video constraints, I just need to get them glued. But you could do this with other things too, or, you know, no paper dolls at all. It's not like you have to have paper dolls. It's just fun because they're so tiny. So tiny. All right, and our windows. And then I will show you what I do to make them look a little bit more like windows and doors, etc. If you've seen me do little houses before, you'll already know, but yeah, you can get real fancy or real whimsical too. Like if you're not using Tim Holtz characters and you just want to make houses, you can get very whimsical with them. I think it was Treasure Books. She did some that were very whimsical. Like if you wanted to use them, for example, with my wee forest folk, the fairies and stuff, gnomes, you could do some really fun, funky roofs and, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. Would be fun. But it's a great way to use up scraps, that's for sure, because I have a lot of pieces that are sort of randomly sized. And our little kiddos that need a little ink. So cute. I might have to save that little one for my daughter because she loves anything tiny. She will freak out over that little girl. She was so cute when Theron was a baby and I brought him home, and she would just be like, oh, Mom, look at his little tiny toes. And I don't know, she just would go nutso over the little fingers and fingernails and, you know, all that good stuff. Okay, so I just take this is a Sharpie black pen. I can't remember what they call these. It's not a ballpoint, but anyway, and I don't even know the size. It doesn't even say the size on it. That's helpful. Anyways, it's very fine, fine tip pen. And I just go along. I don't do like a constant line for one thing, and my hands are too shaky for that. So I just let the shake happen and come back and like do a double line, or I don't know, whatever. I don't know if you guys can even see, but see, I'm just making marks, mark making essentially, nothing fancy. And I just kind of go around everything. I go around the house, I go around the doors, make some marks on the door if you want, because doors always have marks on them, it seems. And then I also go around the outside a little bit more fully, because you can just follow the line of the paper, which makes it easier. And I went up too high, I don't care. And then I'm going to put a doorknob. That might be kind of high, but it's fine. On the other one, I did more like one of those long handles, you know. So you can do however you like, you know. I'll go around the windows, and I might like skip a space or whatever, not do it as a constant line. It's just very loose, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then like a line down the middle, and then maybe on this one I'll do a line up here higher, one sort of middle, so it breaks it into thirds or whatever. Oh, why did I do that? Oh well, it's good enough. I'm not that worried about it. And then I stamped a number from, where is it? This little crazy stamp that I have that's just numbers on here, and you can change them to whatever. And I cut the 5-4 off of the end and put it on this one. Just looks like a house number. It's kind of fun. Will this one fit? It will fit all 4, so we'll do all 4. I'm just going to trim it a little more on the ends. So if you have something like that, or even just one of these where's the date one? The date stamps, you could use the end date, you know, 2002 or whatever, 2020, to make some little house numbers. Or you can find like the numbers that are on here, use those kind of numbers, whatever you can find. It's just fun little tags. You can put them up, maybe we'll put this one up here. Put them above. Kiddos, do I want them? I think I'll put them on this side too. And then I would just cut it out, and then that way it's backed with the nice craft paper to write on, all the same from top to bottom, because we're using all different scraps, so the backs aren't going to match, you know. Let's get the glue on the people. Yes, I don't know. I think this week we're just going to continue on with making ephemera, just because I have something coming up that I am going to work with, and she's not quite ready yet. So I'll just finish out this week with that, and then I don't know what we'll do next week exactly, but I need to put a little more glue there. Okay, and a little more. Oops, why do I keep grabbing the other one? Where did I put the... It rolled under somewhere, didn't it? I need to fix this corner of their little house. Because I didn't get enough glue. Which definitely happens. And you could get them as grungy or as not grungy as you like. But see, isn't that kind of a fun little tag to just stick in a pocket? Great writing spot. And you could stitch around them if you wanted to. That would also work. So there's that one. Super simple, nothing too fancy, just fun. Okay, well, let's do a Gent. Let's do this man here. And let's see what kind of... This gray, this is Tim Holtz paper. Is it too dark? I think I'm going to do this, but I'm going to add some stuff to it because it's just kind of plain the way that it is. So we'll just cut our tag shape with that. Let's go 3, maybe 3 1/4. I don't know why, it just sounded good. Okay, and 6, 5 1/2. And what kind of roof do I want? I use the corner. I know now I'm going to have even more weird scraps. Okay, what about for a door? Oh, I like this blue floral. It's got that cool thing on the back too. Don't you hate that? Cut that off. I'm going to cut the little card. They're like the little cards at the back of the Tim Holtz paper. And that can be a door. What do we want for windows? It's all very dark, isn't it? Sorry. That's the only problem with using scraps, because it's like I don't have any specific plan on what to use. Maybe something lighter. It's kind of boring though. Oh, this one's good. With the words on it. some skinny windows. How big is this? 2, so do them an inch each. Inch wide. Oh, that is not the same. Okay, well, we're gonna make it this one a little smaller. I clearly don't know how to measure. Not that anyone should be stunned, but that'll work. So even things like this I would keep, because you could just add that somewhere and it might look kind of cool. Okay, but we want to make this a little more interesting. So I think I'm gonna put him over here so I don't lose him in my pile o' people. Pile o' peoples. I'm just gonna add some little strips of paper. Just, I don't know, make it interesting. This is from, I don't know. I think this might be Rachel at Roxy Creations, one of her script sort of digital downloads. Just use like and I'm going to go all the way up, you know, to the top, just so that it looks more intentional. This too. It's just real dark on the back. I might have to spray this too. It's just begging me to spray it. I'm sorry. Put some more on this. I just love that effect of the walnut oxide. It's just very cool. Let's do this while we're at it. Ooh, that is cooler. Let's do that side. It's getting all dark all of a sudden. Probably gonna rain. Yay, we need some rain. I think everybody needs some rain. Right? Sorry, crinkly paper again. Keep on getting out the crinkly paper. Okay. That does a really fine mist, and for some reason sometimes it makes me cough. It's kind of weird. Let's see if I can get a little more oxide effect. Oh, you know what else would be cool on this is some of this envelope, because it's very cool looking. They're sticky right here though. So maybe we'll put it here and put the other piece over it. I'm telling you, I'm into this grungy thing right now. I don't know why, but I'm loving it. This is going to hang over, so I'll just trim it wherever it hangs over. Could wrap it around, but it's already going to be kind of thick by the time I put the other paper on the back. And I think I'll put that piece like that. I know you probably can't see when I'm gluing, sorry. out of the way because it's wet. Oh, there went the sprayer. Popped up. So my best friend is going to be a grandma any day. I think I've mentioned that recently because I'm just very excited for her. Not that I want to be a grandma yet because my kids are too young, but yeah, I'm just very excited for her and her daughter, of course, and her daughter's husband and everybody. It's just fun stuff. So I packaged something up for her today, and I'm going to ship it out on Thursday when I go to the post office again. I don't know why I keep going all the way across, and I'm not going all the way across, right? Yet. I will, but... Did I get that right even? It doesn't look like it. Maybe it's just because of the way those lines are going. I'm thinking it might be kind of fun to make this door like arched. Let's see how tall our gentleman is here. Because we want it taller than him a little, at least. That dark line right there. I still did a horrible job of that. Why is that so hard? You would think just with big old scissors just straight across, but not so much. I'm going to try this. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll see what we get. I think that'll work as an arched door. What do you guys think? And maybe we'll have it like his hand is reaching for the doorknob. Would that work? Still kind of a little bit short, but he's just real tall. How's that? Okay, now if I can pull this off, it's going to be a miracle. Get his feet where I want them. And then I'm going to just sort of make a dot at the bottom of his hand. And then what kind of a doorknob do we want? We'll do that arch sort of thing with the part that's longer. I mean, and this is clearly not great, but I think that'll work. Okay. All right, I'll get that on there. I'll ink my windows. I think they're going to go this way with the small writing just because it's, you can't even, I don't know. I don't like that. It's a very manly house. I like it. Let's see. Uh-oh. I didn't put my pen back in my glue. Now it's real stuck. I need to get new... Does anybody know where you can get stainless steel pens? Or pins? I always say it wrong. Because I have looked and I can't find them anywhere. I don't know if I'm just a ding-dong or what, but... Because you can't use regular... Like, you can't just buy some pins at the sewing... Like Joann's or wherever. Because they'll rust. So you have to get stainless steel ones, but I can't find any that are stainless steel. So if you guys have any suggestions on that, it would be much appreciated. Because mine's all bent up and I would like to get a new one for it. if possible. Oopsie. Let's not glue the window under the door. I want to come over here. I try to keep like roughly a 1/4 inch over here, maybe an 1/8, depending on the size of the house. That just helps me. And then of course I try to match them up as much as possible height-wise. Okay, let's put some ink around him. I like all the numbers all over the roof, of course. I think about the craziest things, I'll tell you. But anyway, what would all these people think if they saw their pictures being used by all these artists and stuff to make different things? Wouldn't that be something? I don't know, I just think that's kind of cool. Kind of a nice remembrance or whatever, you know? I think it's cool. I don't know, maybe they would hate it, who knows? It's fun. Okay, so we're gonna go around everything again. Oh, you know what? That one I didn't go around the roof like I did on the first one that I did. And like I said, no straight lines here because I couldn't draw a straight one if I tried unless I used a ruler, and even then it probably would be questionable. But I don't really want them straight anyhow. It's kind of fun. Oopsie, that was a little much, but oopsie. Okay, got crazy lines on that. Same thing here. You could also use a Stabilo All, might be really cool if you wanted to get it really grungy. That would actually be really fun on this one. I'd have to try that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's kind of scary with the hands. Between the arthritis and the shake, it's like, am I gonna be able to keep doing this? I mean, I obviously will as long as I can, but... Okay. Like those ones you can see, I almost did like a window pane. So maybe we'll put the line across the middle more. It's just a different kind of window. Okay. Oh, yeah. I was going to go around this too. We need a number. Could even put like a little window in the door if you wanted to. And around the sides here. Okay, let's do that. I like the idea of a window in the door. I'm trying to think. A circle would be nice, but I don't have any little circle things, so I think we'll have to do a square because I can't even cut a square, so the chances of me cutting a circle are 0. So let's do this. Use Tim Holtz lined paper here to help me. Sort of like cheating. See, if you do like this, it almost looks like it has a little shade in the window. And I thought about cutting the corners, but I'll leave it the way it is. I know eaves don't stick out as far as that, but it's the only way I can seem to do it. I don't know. I never do it right. It's right. It's all in fun. Okay, and I'll need to go around that, but I need to find, I want to do a house number. So maybe we could use one of these. Could, let's see, I might have something else. I think this dark brown color goes good. So if you don't have a stamp, but you have something like this with numbers, you can use those. Also works. I'll take the 49 because I can get all the sides with the brown on them. I keep putting the people on this side. Well, he just worked perfect because of the way his arm was coming out. He needed to go like that, but should probably do something with the people on the other side. Okay. All right, I am going to try a little Stabila All, and then I will set you guys free. I'm gonna have to put a book on this one. It's all curling up. Well, actually, once it gets glued to the craft card, it'll probably be fine. And of course, do this the way you like. If you don't like it as so grungy, then you don't have to do that. I just like that look of the grungy. It just seems to go with the Tim Holtz stuff, I feel like. Around the door on this side. Ah, really need to go around up over the top of the door, but I did. All right. Yeah, that just gives it a little extra something. And then if you wanted, you could put, you know, like a flower on the outside. Like this one might look cute with a flower on it. I don't know, something like that. All right, so there are my 3 houses. This one I'll glue onto the craft cardstock, but you guys get the idea. I'll try to bring it up so you can see the parts. And then this one, which you already pretty much saw, but even where I messed up the roof. And then our first little one that I did with you guys, but yeah. So I think those are super fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I would love to see if you make some, and we'll chat again soon. Love you guys. Bye.